What's up, everyone? This is a Destroyer229, and welcome to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. The third game in the Ace Attorney series. This game was first released internationally on the Nintendo DS in 2008, and is, once again, part of the Ace Attorney trilogy that we are playing today. I'm sure a lot of you are excited for this. I know I am. I've been having such a really good time playing with the Ace Attorney series, and so I very much was just looking for when is a good time to just try to jump into the third game. And, well, now is about as good a time as any to just go and finish off the final game in the original trilogy. So, I'm looking forward to this, and it's not even like this is the last Ace Attorney game. We still have the sequel trilogy to get through. There's the great Ace Attorney games, and then there's also the Miles Edgeworth investigation games. There's a lot of Ace Attorney, but that is way off into the future. For now, we are just going to get started on Trials and Tribulations. So let's not waste any more time, and let's jump into the game. Oh. Interesting. Mia is in the foreground. Alright, Turnabout Memories. How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, that's none of your business! I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! It wasn't me! I didn't! I didn't do it! Five years earlier, Mia Fey, second trial? Okay, well, that certainly explains a lot from the poster. I guess we're in a flashback with Mia as a rookie attorney. It's finally time. Kinda nervous. Oh, already. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Oh, Mia. Please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's all right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Well, still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said. And quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean. What? You've already learned all the relevant facts. Well, about that. You see... I mean, of course I have! I think. Oh dear. In any case, Don't let our client see that you're nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. Hi, Phoenix. Good morning there, everybody! Good morning. Gotta keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got! Yep, it'll be fine! No problem! Oh, what's wrong? You have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers! People screw it up all the time. Oh, I can relate. Not to Wright, but people screwing up the last name bit. And yes, I have a cold. That's what the mask is for. My doc says this way, I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Oh, if only so many other people would listen. Daggers being just shown to general humanity. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please? Go, might hurt. That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one that should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. First time I appeared in court was a year ago. That trial traumatized me so badly. I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and, well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. For my client. For myself. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? Wasn't he there next to you? Oh, there. Oh, I'm glad I caught that on right as that happened. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Pretty much word for word. Yes! Well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia! Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor! I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over soon. What's that all about? Is he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. Why does he look like on guard? Like, that's not just me, right? Like, he really looks uncannily similar to Matt on guard. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. Sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. Alright, crime photo 1. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. Don't know if that's right way of saying that word, but whatever. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will. What? Stand up to him, Mia! Show him what you're made of! Oh, a perfect opportunity! Well, what was it? The cause, go on! Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. Oh, my hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here, the details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? Court record. I think I can see that by pressing the R button. All the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good, hard look at the data there. And think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir! I'll do just that. Now stay calm. Can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. Court record. Okay, let's take a look. Just press the R button here. Okay. Autopsy report. Date and time of death. April 9th at 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal he was electrocuted. Okay. I mean, that makes sense considering you see all the electrical wires that are just kind of cut. There's also an umbrella, which kind of assumes that it was raining? Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Asphyxiation, electrocution, hypothermia. Electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? Huh. But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. I mean, it's in the freaking photo, but sure. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oopsie! I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? Is it under profiles? Superior has a Grossberg. Oh, third year, he currently has a cold. Fourth year, you're new. Dahlia Hawthorne, Phoenix Wright's girlfriend, dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Okay. So, he was her ex, and she is currently dating Phoenix. And then Payne, who has a full set of hair. And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? Oh, no need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all more weapons can be found in the court record. Yes, I've already figured that out. Find the evidence you need, and then shove it in old Graybeard's face. Yes, sir! In old Graybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Yeah, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the R button. Be sure to go over it all. Okay, so it seems like this is just following in the footsteps of Justice for All, which makes sense. It's just building off of the different things that it introduced. So actually using the profiles as evidence in court, and probably for investigations as well. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? Dahlia Hawthorne. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story. Oh, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent. Right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No, he means what you did. What did you do before you were arrested? Oh! I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, but I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you! I'm telling you, Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor! Cross-examination. I admit, I was there. But I'm not a killer! All I did was find his body! I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Dude was British? Alright. I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right! Like I said, I'm not a killer! Looks like the judge understands. Oh, you're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be? This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright's my client! Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction? Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? I mean, there's gotta be some sort of... I mean, not always. Just gotta press everything. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened, anyway. God, it's still the same! 5 years and a full head of hair and his voice is still the same! Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence! We bumped into each other by accident. A coincidence, huh? But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. Okay, so nothing changed there. This is still the tutorial case, so it shouldn't be too difficult to suss things out. You say you found the body, so who called the police? Huh? Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there, next to the body, in shock. Oh, what? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Could you stop I guess in my case, coughing, because I'm not going to be doing just constant sneezes. Could you stop coughing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I... Okay, still no changes. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. So you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is... I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not? Now you see here, you can't avoid answering the question by coughing all day. Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me. Why didn't you tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dolly. Who is this Dolly person? Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love, so bittersweet. Well, that's all I knew about him! Okay, still nothing. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right! I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me! I'm not the killer, I swear! Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well, he was always walking around with a big Union Jack on the back of his shirt. There's no Union Jack on his shirt. Well, let's press first before we show that as evidence. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right! I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart! I swear I didn't do it! He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor? What is it now? Who is this person, anyway? This Union Jack fellow? The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Yeah, there's a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg, quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? Yeah, not my first rodeo with Ace Attorney. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine! I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time from the very beginning of his testimony. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. But we can clearly see here that there is no such Union Jack.
Objection!
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But, if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. Mia, you've made our client cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. Can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand? Like Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. Kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Is it there in the photo? Nah, probably found at the scene of the crime then. Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. Ah, okay, there we go. What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X!
Objection!
Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Seeing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and held it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. I mean, that seems like a major leap in logic, but okay. Order! Order in the court! Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. Curiously, there was a watch there. Did the victim have a watch? And Cold Killer X. Found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Okay, so hold on. Oh, you can't see it from this angle. And you really can't tell. Although, huh. I bet that time's going to be important later. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? I think I'm starting to see where this is going. At the very least, to defend Phoenix. Because already, if a rush of electricity went through the watch, then the victim died. Actually, no, that's a little after 3. Never mind. I thought it meant like, oh no, he died just after noon. But nah, it looks like he died at around just after 3. Which lines up with the autopsy report. Dang! Thought I was outsmarting the game before it even needed me to do that. This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids! More cross-examination. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Alright, what really happened? I went because he called me. Concerning Dahlia, I'm guessing? I mean, if the intro has anything to say about it. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never! But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is my... kind of embarrassing. She's my sweetheart. Oof. What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. So you couldn't do the desk? Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. I think I'm starting to see where the pun comes in, if it has something to do with the pills. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. It was at the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist? I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh, fascinating. Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for more details? Okay. Let's ask about the timing. We can probably press a bit more about the pharmacology department itself. So you're absolutely certain you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, looks like he's right about the time, anyway. Witness, let's go on with your testimony. Okay, let's go ahead and press this so we can get the other part of the information. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So about the pharmacology department. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right. They sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables? Yeah, there are electrical poles all set up around the building. The high-voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Because how exactly would Phoenix have murdered Doug, then? Okay, we talked for a bit, then around 3 we split up. So, what was it you were talking about? You know, maybe we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime? Oh, I wish that were true. Okay, wow, nothing more? Alright. So you say you went back. Yeah. That's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. Truer words have never been spoken. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. Including his girlfriend. Because, I'm trying to think, it's Phoenix Wright, who else could it be? And considering there's only one other person that seems to be anywhere part of this, I mean, that's the immediate suspect to me. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? Oh, what does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. Well, I always eat with Dolly. Just the 2 of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. They're filled with Lucky Charms, you see. Lucky Charms mini omelets. How would that even work? I mean, I guess they're both can be used for breakfast, so maybe it wouldn't be too far-fetched. Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Jesus, Mia, are you jealous? It seems like anytime Dolly is brought up, she, physically abuses Grossberg. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. Oh, what do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. Huh. However, there is one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor. There is, Your Honor? How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. I mean, the broken cables. If they're high voltage cables and they broke and landed on him, like, that would be a pretty good way to establish how that happened. Your Honor. Yes, Miss Faye? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Huh, of course I know that! Actually, I totally forgotten about that. Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. I mean, I guess I just show the photo. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. Huh. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? Cables. Well, naturally. It's right here. That's... Well, what is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then the high voltage cable... Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man! Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant! That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean? Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Order! 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 enough! I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us. We're done. Mr. Grossberg! My hemorrhoids never lie. This show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. Gee! Way to have a vote of confidence, Grossberg! No! You're wrong! Mr. Wright is innocent! No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor! At this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Fay? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth! The whole truth! If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict! But I can't! I just can't say it! If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Fay, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute! Mr. Wright? I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further. I did it. I admit it! I pushed him! It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business! I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid. Afraid if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Please! Please give me one more chance to explain! This time I swear, I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay. Won't it, Miss Fay? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.